Well, hi.
Hello.
Hello. What draws you to the world of the Flash and the role of Iris?
What drew me to it? I mean, I'm a Batman fan. I love superhero stories, and so when this script came in from my agent and manager, I was like, I have to do this show. Like, I have to get it. And I actually went in for it and didn't get it. They tested other girls, and I thought that was the end of it for me. And they did another round of auditions, and they brought me back in, and I tested with Grant, and just somehow the chemistry worked, and thank God, because I thought I was done, and somehow I ended up playing Iris West. It's awesome.
What kind of curiosity does Iris have about this red thing that's zooming through town?
She's extremely curious. I mean, the thing about Iris is she's studying journalism, and just innately she's a very inquisitive, curious person. And she's curious about everything. She's curious about Barry and why he's changing and why he's always late and where have you been and what's going on. And so she's hearing about this red streak in Central City, and it's developing her love of journalism and reporting, and I think that's going to develop this season. And I'm excited about playing that. Yeah.
Is she suspicious of Barry and the red streak at all? Because he doesn't seem like someone that would be very good at hiding a secret from Iris.
He's not a great liar.
Yeah.
And I think Iris, having grown up with him, she knows him like the back of, her hand. So I think she knows something is off with Barry, but I don't think she's made the connection that Barry is the Flash. And I think we're going to have to take time to get to that point where she's figured that out. She's smart, but she's not that smart. Not yet, anyway.
What's interesting to you about the dynamic between Iris and Barry? Because obviously in this show they're sort of like adopted siblings, but we all know how their relationship is. Yeah. So that's the unique dynamic. What do you enjoy about?
I love it. I mean, for me, I think everyone in their life wants that kind of relationship with someone where you have this person in your life that's kind of, I call them each other's true north. No matter what's going on in Barry's life, Iris is always there. And no matter what's going on in Iris's life, Barry is kind of always there. And it's fun to play the dynamic of them being brother and sister. And I guess it's kind of weird that they eventually may have feelings for each other, but whatever. They're not related, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's still fair game.
I mean, can you talk about Rick Cosnet and how that whole thing kind of trips up, or how that affects Barry and Iris?
Yeah, so Rick is playing Eddie Thawne, and he works in the precinct with my father, and we develop a relationship while Barry is in his coma for 9 months. And so Barry wakes up and realizes that his best friend and the woman that he's in love with has moved on, and it's with this really ridiculously handsome guy, and he's this great cop, and I think it's hard for Barry to adjust to that.
So we know Felicity is going to be stopping by in episode 4.
Yeah.
What's Iris's thoughts on Felicity? Is it going to be awkward, or?
I've read it, and she's excited for Barry. I think she wants Barry to have a great life, and that's the thing about her. She just wants him to be happy, and she can tell that Felicity is really into Barry, and she wants what's best for Barry. It's a fun episode. I've read that one. There's some good stuff in that. And I love Emily. We're actually friends, so I can't wait for her to come on set.
How much do we get to see them interact?
Felicity and Barry?
No, not Felicity and Barry, Iris and Felicity.
A good amount. Yeah, a good amount. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. I don't want to give too much away because it's just so yummy. I don't know. But there's a really cute scene between all of them. Yeah.
Would you say there's another layer to Iris, like something that's like a secret or something we have yet to discover about her?
Not that I know of. And that's the thing, that it's kind of frustrating and also kind of exciting, is I don't even know too much about my character and where they're going with it. I don't think any of us do for the most part. And I kind of like it because I feel like I'm going on the journey with the fans. I'm figuring it out as they're figuring it out. Right now, I mean, Iris is, the girl next door, and I mean, it'll be interesting to see how her relationship with Barry changes, because he's been keeping this secret from her, and that's not something that they do. They tell each other everything, and I think for her to find out that he's been lying to her and that her father has been lying to her, I think that's going to cause a lot of tension between their family.
Can you talk about her relationship with her father?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great relationship. He's raised her pretty much on his own since she was young, but she's coming to a place in her life where she wants to start dating, and she wants to start, finding a career, and her dad is overly protective, and that causes a lot of friction and tension. And because Barry also is superhero and is constantly putting himself in danger, my father is worried about Iris being in danger. So there's a lot of tension with that. He doesn't want her doing too much dangerous stuff. And that's frustrating for a strong woman like Iris.
We talked before about a potential nephew, but do we know if Iris has any siblings yet?
He's sly dog. Siblings, huh?
Yeah.
I know some things, but we'll leave it at that.
Does Barry kind of lean on Iris with his father being in prison and trying to get him out now that they know that there is kind of an anomaly of sorts out there?
Say that again?
Does Barry lean on Iris about his trying to get his father out of prison now that they know there's kind of some kind of anomaly is like possible?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, she's always believed Barry, and that's one thing I also love about their relationship. When they were young children and he told Iris about what happened, Iris was the only person that took him seriously and said, I believe you, Barry, I believe you. And no one else has ever believed Barry except Iris. And that to me is also another like stronghold in their relationship. She really like believes everything that he says about his father. And it's great to see that relationship.
Thank you so much.